Hey everybody, it is Dak here from the Ed Boys, and welcome to episode 14 of the Road to 120 Invention. The first section of this episode is finishing up the supply run. We're going to be making adamant bars. I was going to be turning them into Addy spears, but I decided that I'll be buying some mahogany logs and some crossbow strings. We're going to be making two-handed adamant crossbows, and a lot of them. So that's what we're going to be doing for the first half or so of this episode, meaning I have a lot of time to talk to you guys. First of all, don't forget to drop in any of your Q&As. I want to hear from you guys so that I have something to talk about with you. Any questions that you have, go ahead and drop them in the comments section, guys. I am willing to read, listen, and respond. Something I wanted to talk about, too, if you've noticed, if you've really been paying attention to this series at all, I don't train Invention. I don't train most of my RS3 stuff in a very efficient way. Not that I'm extremely inefficient. Some of what I do is extremely inefficient, and not that I've never trained efficiently. Let's see, agility. I think agility was probably my quickest or most efficient 99. I cranked out 99 agility with that. It's not like I have any film on that, so I guess that doesn't matter. What am I talking about? Anyways, guys, as you can see, I'm pretty relaxed with how I train it. I just go and collect some of my supplies sometimes. I do buy a lot of things occasionally, like I did buy some ores here. I go out to just make some money so that I can buy things. I'm not only focused solely on getting Invention to 120. I am, but it's not like all I'm doing is Invention. I'm going out and doing some other things that might help in the long run, but I definitely just do it a little bit relaxed. This is how I would normally go ahead and get the 120. It's just kind of play around with it, learn the skill a little bit, go mess around with other RuneScape things if necessary, like if I have to collect any items, whatnot. I'm not too upset to go out and do that because I don't know, it's RuneScape. I'm willing to play it. The point I'm trying to make here, guys, is if there's any RS3 content that you want to see, go ahead and at least bring it up to me because it's very likely I could squeeze it into this series, and I'd be totally willing to do it. So one example is a couple of you guys have said something about, since I've been doing the Slayer in old school, why not go ahead and do some Slayer in RS3? So likely when I go to train my weapons and armor, other than some of the bossing I want to do, like the Queen Black Dragon, I'm probably just going to go do some Slayer assignments now. I don't see why not. So I can definitely bring in really anything into this series. I feel like just about anything in the game, I could figure out some way that I can help train Invention with it. If not, then it won't happen. But go ahead and tell me what you want to see, guys, because I'm willing to put it in. We can go ahead and move on to some off RuneScape related topics. One thing I wanted to bring up was a conversation I had last night with a friend. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Jim Gaffigan's stand-up. I haven't seen that much of it, to be honest, but there is one section I've seen where he talks about McDonald's and how people are always complaining that McDonald's is not healthy, it's not good for you, and you should not eat it. But one thing that no one ever really mentions is that McDonald's never has claimed to sell healthy food that you should eat to get into better shape. And it's very true. We had a really long conversation about, when have you ever seen a McDonald's commercial that told you to go there to eat healthy? There's been some things, I guess. They mention their salads. They bring up that they have, I think they used to do the, for the kids' meals, that you could have milk and apples or something. It's a little ridiculous, come on. But who goes to McDonald's because they need to eat healthy? Like, who goes to really any fast food thinking, I need to go get some healthy food, why not go to McDonald's? That's not anyone's thought process going in there. No one thinks, I got a couple burgers because that's good for me. It's usually I need some food, I'm hungry, I like McDonald's, maybe I need to be quick, maybe it's cheap, they got some cheap food there, man. Pretty much anyone can afford McDonald's. Subway can be pricey, we get it. We've all heard spos. Anyways, guys, I was brought to tears from the conversation I had with that last night. I was laughing so hard, it was horrifying. Speaking of fast food, have you ever had the Cheesy Gordita Crunch from Taco Bell? If you haven't, you have to go try it. It might kill you. It might destroy you on the inside. Sometimes it might not. If you only have one, who's to say it's going to be horrible? Just drink some water. But guys, seriously, one of the most delicious things I've ever had. It is up there with Arby's Roast Beef Max in terms of fast food. Let's move on to another topic. We'll go real quick to an MLB now, just like a heads up on what's going on because I am a huge baseball fan, guys. You can't get past it with me. We'll be real quick. Two teams hit 50 wins yesterday, the Cubbies and the Rangers. The Giants almost did it. Of the three teams that could have hit 50 wins yesterday, the Giants were probably the one I wanted the most. But the Cubbies got it. Pretty happy about that. I like that the Rangers did it, but they beat the Yankees, and my family, they're a bunch of Yankees fans, so I feel I feel bad for my mom, you know. She's a big Yankees fan, and I didn't want the Rangers to go beat up on them. But I do like the Rangers, so I'm not upset that they got up to 50 wins. That's not that big of a deal to me. Though I would like the Angels to be doing a little better. They are, I believe, 15 or 16 games under 500, meaning that they've lost 15 to 16 more than they have won. And that's pretty atrocious, guys. I'm not going to lie. It's kind of ugly. My team's not doing so well this year, but it's okay. I'm okay with just watching some baseball, even if my team's not going to win the series. We all know that because it's the even year, the San Francisco Giants are going to win the series anyway. Why even bother? Speaking of the even year, any baseball fans out there, if you ever managed to go to Cooperstown, or if you've been there, congratulations, because it is amazing. If you ever managed to go to Cooperstown, where the National Baseball Hall of Fame is, it is awesome, especially during baseball season, obviously, when things are really hyped up. The stores there, the merchandise, I'm surprised I didn't spend all of my savings in there, which really isn't much, but it would have been pretty fun to do because, guys, they had the craziest stuff. They had a lot of hats. First of all, there was a hat store where I swear there were over 10,000 hats. Had to be at least 2,000 unique hats in there. Awesome for any baseball fan. All the merchandise, all the jerseys, a lot of T-shirts. The reason I brought up the even year was there's a company, I think they're just called Smack. And they just make T-shirts for all these teams, like the Cubbies. It said, I want to party like it's 1908 because that's the last year they won the World Series. And for the Giants, it said something about the even year, and then just something about the even year. I cannot remember specifically. That's what made me think of it. Just, guys, if you are a true baseball fan, you have to somehow make your way to Cooperstown at least once in your life. It was an amazing experience for me. I can't imagine for any other baseball fan out there, they wouldn't love it. I'm going to be finishing building all these crossbows pretty soon. First of all, you'll notice that when I go to string the crossbows, a couple of times, since it defaults to just regular Addy crossbows, I do make a handful of those. So I don't make 2,499 two-handed Addy crossbows. We end up getting like 2,300 and something or other. So it's really not that big of a deal. I still get some parts and XP for the regular ones. And as long as we end up getting enough crafted parts out of this, it really doesn't matter anyway. But we will be wrapping up the supply run soon. It really wasn't too much of a supply run because I just bought the original supplies and then built everything. But that will happen sometimes. I'm a little lower on cash now. We still have a pretty good cash stack, I shouldn't lie. In terms of just buying supplies, it'll last a little while. But I am probably going to sit down and chop some elders since it's so AFK. I would like to get the axe augmenter or something. It may not be those exact words, but you can put an augmenter on an axe or a hatchet, and it should help us with some wood cutting. So I would like to do that before I go out and do some elders, but that is something that I'm looking forward to because it's really good AFK cash already, and if it could boost it a little bit, then it would be even better AFK cash, and I would definitely take that. That wraps up all of our two-handed crossbows, which means we can go ahead and disassemble this tab. We have a lot of items to disassemble. First of all, the herbs from the Aberrant Inspectors. The herbs had a slight chance of giving crafted parts, and Aberrant Inspectors were pretty easy to kill, which is why I went for them. I did get a couple crafted parts. I would say a total of like 30 to 40, which is not great. It's only like one junk refiner worth, but it's not terrible. I'll definitely take it. The XP was kind of ugly, but it really didn't take that long to disassemble all the herbs, and I had no problem with fighting the Aberrant Inspectors. We actually got a phenomenal Invention XP while we were there because we disassembled that Ags. Some of the rune items we got as drops were a little bit better for XP, but we didn't get a ton of them. The big thing was clearly the adamant two-hand crossbows. They actually gave a wild amount of crafted parts. I think it was 12 parts total that they give, and like a 56% chance for junk. So we got a lot of junk from it, for sure. It was like 6 to 8 pieces of junk every time. But we averaged a little over one crafted part per. I could be wrong. I didn't do the exact math. But it seemed like every time we were getting at least one crafted part. Sometimes we would get 2 or 3. And I had occasional like 5 to 6 parts. I think one time I got 8 crafted parts from a single two-handed crossbow. So I can't imagine we averaged any less than 1 per crossbow, which is really about how much I needed. I think I needed to have 3,500 total crafted parts at the end of this if I wanted to make the 100 junk refiners. And we ended up with a little more of that if you guys go ahead and wait for that. It was also some pretty good XP, though. I think we got 27k XP from them. It's kind of slow disassembling 2,400, 2,300 things, so maybe it was like only 27k XP in an hour, which is kind of crap XP. We're only level 30, so I'll take 27k XP in a single sitting. We're reaching almost 400k XP right now, and the junk refiners, I'm pretty sure they give decent XP when you build them. So that'll get us up in an even higher range in terms of XP. So it's pretty exciting to get back into the actual invention part of Invention, start getting some experience and getting some levels. I like to unlock some new things soon. We've actually unlocked a lot of items that we haven't discovered. So after we disassemble this tab, which will probably be the beginning of next episode, we're going to be discovering some new stuff. I'll have a little bit of live commentary for that as usual. And we'll be getting some new items that are actually very exciting. So I'll be looking forward to that. I'm hoping you guys are looking forward to that. If you are paying attention to the screen right now, in the next 30 seconds or so, I will be leveling up to 31 Invention, which is nice because I feel like I haven't gotten an Invention level in a while, but I guess it's only been since I disassembled the Ags. But I definitely like growing Invention levels because we're trying to get to 120, guys. You really can't get to 120 without leveling up. Unfortunately, we didn't unlock anything from this level, but that's not that big of a deal. Like I said before, I have a lot of things to discover, so it's like we still have a lot of things unlocked that I really haven't done anything with. There it is, if you haven't been paying attention, the 31 Invention. We got some inspiration for it, which is big, because we have things to discover and we need a lot of inspiration, which is another reason I kind of want to go out and do some like woodcutting and stuff, because I know you can get inspiration while doing that. This is going to wrap up the episode, though, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed. I know that I did, and I cannot wait to see you next time. Thank you everyone for watching today's video. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to click on that like button and tell us what you enjoyed about it. If you're looking for some more RuneScape videos like this one, then be sure to join the cul-de-sac by subscribing for more. We will see you next time.